Welcome to e-Semplice, where music theory is simplified. This question or questions tend to run from grades 1 to 5. So let's just try to resolve this together. Complete these with rest or rest at the asterisks. You see, each of the question has some asterisks. Now, let's see how we can complete these using rest or rests, meaning at each asterisk, you can have more than one rest. You can have a rest, you can have more than one rest. So let's quickly go through these together. The first question here is a 4/4 time. Now, for the 4/4 time, looking at it, the first bar is balanced, but the second bar is not. So we want to use the rest to fill this place. Which rest do you think is most appropriate to fill here? For me, I'll simply go for a minim rest. Of course, you can use 2 crochet rests. Fine. Now, which rest do you think is most appropriate for this bar? If you look at that bar, you'll see that it is a silent bar. Silent in the sense that there are no notes in that bar. And for 4/4 time, the appropriate rest that should fill that place is a semi-brief rest. Good. We now move to 3/8 time here. Of course, the last bar is balanced there with a semi-brief. We now come to 3/8 time. This bar is balanced, but this bar is not. So which rest do you think should be here? Quiver rest. Which rest? Okay. Which rest is here? Now, this is another silent bar, no notes. So which rest do you think should fill this particular bar? The most appropriate rest there is now. I'm not going to call that rest a semi-brief rest because it sounds odd. A semi-brief rest sounds odd in a 3/8 time. That is, it is bigger than 3/8 time. So, though you see it to be whole rest or semi-brief rest, but the appropriate name for it in this particular time signature is full bars rest. Full bars rest. Let me write it here. Full bars rest. Because it occupies the full bar. It fills the full bar. And in this particular time signature, it adopts the value of the signature. So this rest, as you are looking at it, is actually 3 quiver beats in that bar. That is full bars rest. So you don't call it a semi-brief rest here because it doesn't fit. That name doesn't fit, rather full bars rest. Now let's move to 9/8 time. Now this bar here is not balanced. Something is missing. And the only appropriate rest that can fit here is a quiver rest to balance that bar. And here, we still have another full bars rest. And this full bars rest here will also adopt the value of the time signature. So it also means 9/8, which means 3 dotted crochet beats here. 3 dotted crochet beats. So that is your full bars rest. As this bar is not balanced, there's an asterisk there. The only appropriate rest is a dotted crochet rest, or you can use a crochet rest and a quiver rest, or you can use 3 quiver rests. So anyone fits that. Now let's move to 2-4. 2-4 here, the first bar is not balanced. Here, we are definitely going to have more than one rest filling that asterisk. I can't see my first bit. So what I'll do first is to show my first bit with a rest, which can only be crochet rest. And if this is my bit 1, then I need something to balance my bit 2. And the only rest that can balance my bit 2 is a quiver rest. So when you are balancing bars, look at it bit by bit. Balance the first bit before you move to balancing the second bit. Now, this bar, the only rest that fits this bar is full bars rest. And in that time signature, it means 2 crochet beats per bar. Now we move to 6-4 time. The main bit here is a dotted minim, so you have 2 of it because 6-4 is a compound duple. So all you need there, because it is a compound time, this rest fits it neatly. And here, let's look at that bar together. We have minim 1. So my first beat, this is actually my first beat here, and this is my second beat. This is beat 1, this is beat 2. So what is actually left here is a crochet rest. And in that next bar, the only rest that fits it, it's also our full bars rest. Now we move to 12-8 time here. The first is balanced. The only rest that fits there is another full bars rest. Then we come to 4-2 time. 4-2 time, 4 minim beats per bar. So we are lacking 1 minim here. So what will be here would be a minim rest. Minim rest there to complete our 4 minim beats in a bar. And the only rest that works here is brief rest. Brief rest. Now, full bars rest works for all time signatures where you have silent bars, except 4-2 time. A silent bar in a 4-2 time is occupied by brief rest. Brief rest, not full bars rest. But in all other time signatures, whether simple, whether compound, a silent bar is filled with full bars rest, except in 4-2 time. A silent bar in 4-2 time is filled with a brief rest. Don't forget this when you are writing your exams. If you find this video useful, subscribe to e-Semplice YouTube channel and hit the notification button so that you are notified when a new video is posted.